Om Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisam Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Before we start the Bhagavad Gita, let us just bow down to Lord Sri Krishna. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I salute unto you, Bhagavan Krishna, Guru, Master of the world, Son of Vasudeva, Supreme Bliss of Devaki, Destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. I bow down to you. So yesterday we were speaking about the rigors of incompletions in Arjuna, all the incompletions coming out, the clarity in his doubts. Understand, doubts need to be clear if they are to be resolved. Thoughts need to be integrated if they need to be complete. So this is what we were seeing in the doubts of Arjuna yesterday. And we were also discussing about integrated listening, how listening brings integrity into our words. And what is actually integrity? Not having the load of the past negativity is integrity. And what is positivity? Positivity means absence of the load of the past negativity. Means integrity starts only when we are in a state of completion. When we complete with the root thought pattern. We were actually speaking about that yesterday. Very few of us stop and bring integrity to our thinking and question the purpose and value of our actions. With few exceptions, we are taught how to live and what to do with our lives, first by our families and later by society. Understand? We do our best to seek fulfillment. Most often, we are taught the wrong, mediocre ideas about life and try to keep up with our personal and professional commitments. And it never occurs to us to ask ourselves, are we truly fulfilled and successful? Never do we doubt, why am I doing what I am doing? Instead, our lives become a constant series of what next, what next. See, for example, as youngsters, we think as soon as I get out of my parents' house and into college, I'll be happy. When that is accomplished, our minds immediately rush to the next goal. As soon as I graduate and get a great, good job or career, I'll be happy. Once that is done, it becomes now what? Marriage. Then what? Home. Then what? Children. And then vacation. On and on it goes until we have all the things that we want, but not the completion for which we worked. Invariably, we realize only in our old age that something is wrong in the way we worked. And we don't know why. We went on accomplishing instead of working on the completion of what we achieved. And we don't know why. What went wrong in the way we worked this way? If we look into our lives, exactly this madness is going on. Really, if you want. The why is not kept alive in us consistently. We do not discover the what we are doing things. Now, Arjuna is crying now. What is he saying? What is the why of my life? Now Arjuna is wondering in the battlefield. What is the why of my life? Arjuna is asking. Please understand, it takes a lot of courage, of authenticity to bring integrated listening to our thinking. to stop and question our lives, our actions, and society's plan for us. Understand? The attitude of asking why needs awareness, but we forget to ask the why. We don't take our thoughts, words, and deeds to the logical conclusion. Listen, it takes real authenticity, the power of thinking, the inner strength to say to the world, stop, I want to get off. I want to know why am I doing what I am doing. I want to seek true inner bliss. It takes a lot of strength to say that. It takes tremendous courage of authenticity to recognize the transitory nature of life and its limited offer of happiness. To say, I want something more, for you to say, I want something more. It takes enormous courage to complete with the materialism of the world, to seek one's true purpose in life. I tell you, if just the why is kept alive, why am I feeling powerless? Why am I feeling tired? Why am I feeling sick? Why am I depressed? Just if the why is strong enough to take you to the logical conclusion, our problems will be solved. If we just keep this one question alive, why am I doing what I am doing? And are able to take this one question to the logical conclusion in our life, I tell you, we will be enlightened. You will radiate enriching. You will radiate enriching. What is the purpose of my life? Sri Krishna veiled Arjuna. Now, at this point, he's asking the question. Arjuna is now thinking with integrity and questioning in himself, his training and his purpose when faced with the task of fighting against his own kinsman. He is asking now. The scene from his chariot has taken him off balance. In his heart, he knows that what he is about to do is correct. All of his training as a Kshatriya confirms this as well. But when faced with the reality of actually killing those who have been near and dear to him, he loses his will. He's feeling completely powerless. Why? Arjuna is a courageous man. He's not a coward. Only a courageous person will have the confidence to open himself so transparently and expose his innermost fear patterns, his lack of integrity and inauthenticities, and seek help. Only a courageous person will be able to do that. Arjuna was not depressed. He was confused. He could certainly differentiate between right and wrong. Now, sudden confusion grew out of what? Out of his awareness of his parental and societal patterns, that what he had been taught throughout his life might be wrong. That's what he's thinking, right? Fortunately for Arjuna, his charioteer is none other than Krishna himself. You can afford to have any doubts, anything. When your charioteer is Sri Krishna himself, Lord of all beings and knower of all, Sri Krishna, Madhava, Keshava. Only he can see what is at the heart of Arjuna's grief. Only Krishna could provide answers to Arjuna's doubts and completion to his dilemma. Arjuna argues that the reason one would fight to gain power and wealth was for the sake of one's near and dear ones. However, his near and dear ones were the people with whom Arjuna should fight. Even if they killed him, he would not consider killing them at any cost. If I would not kill them for all the riches of the three worlds, why would I destroy them for the sake of earth? This one world alone, Arjuna questioned Sri Krishna. Arjuna calls Krishna as Madhusudana, which means the slayer of the demon Madhu. Arjuna implies that Krishna may be a destroyer, but Arjuna himself would not like to be one like him. Why he is referring referring Krishna as Madhusudana? Arjuna is implying here indirectly that Krishna may be a destroyer, but Arjuna himself would not like to be one like him, as it's easy to be like Krishna. Arjuna's dilemma had now become deeper and more complicated. He had now got into justification as to why he should not kill. The justification is such, look at that, the comparison. Arjuna would not be like Krishna. Krishna may be destroyer. He's implying that also now. In the justification mood, he's implying that too. He began to justify his lack of integrity and authenticity. To any observer, his dilemma had validity, right? This is a common, cunning, safe game we all play with ourselves. When the stakes are high in any competitive environment, when we don't want to expand to our peak capability, we play this inauthentic game. We fantasize about rewards far greater than what could possibly materialize. The more unrealistic and unlikely the reward, the easier it is to refuse it, isn't it? Get my point? The more unlikely, unrealistic, and unlikely the reward, the easier it is for us to refuse. Arjuna is playing the same safe, inauthentic game. Understand? When we are authentic, we will commit words which express our maximum peak capacity as per our understanding and as per others' understanding of our peak capacity. When we unlock the power of thinking, we will be able to spontaneously focus our thoughts to achieve our highest potential. Unlocking this power is so important for the youth, really. Constantly functioning at your peak possibility is authenticity. Authenticity is the key that unlocks the power of thinking, manoshakti. Arjuna said he would not kill even he were to be killed. This is just a spontaneous lie. Spontaneous lying means you feel powerless. You are inauthentic to yourself. It is Arjuna's own loss of identity that is bothering him. The loss of identity that would result from the destruction of his lineage. Arjuna then says that he would not consider killing. Arjuna then says that he would not consider killing his kinsmen and teachers, even if he were offered all the three worlds of universe in return. Why then, he queries, would the reward of just this planet Earth be attractive to him? See, understand guys, Arjuna says that he would not consider killing his kinsmen and teachers, even if he were offered all the three worlds of universe in return. Why then, he queries, would the reward of just this planet Earth be attractive to him? He's asking. He's querying to Krishna, why then just this planet Earth will be attractive to me? Who was offering Arjuna the three worlds anyway? Very unrealistically, he's thinking by himself. Who is offering three worlds? The notion was a figment of his overexcited imagination born out of his powerlessness. If Krishna had turned around and offered Arjuna the control of the universe, Arjuna's dilemma would have actually become far worse. However, posing it as a symbolic question, as Arjuna did, made him look noble. He himself, projecting himself as noble. Did you see that? If anybody gives three words also, I won't kill anybody. Why will just for the piece of earth will I fight? Who is offering three words to him? The way he's projecting himself as though he's noble. Did you see that? Arjuna is consoling himself with the idea that the rewards of winning this battle are too small and that even if he were to be offered control of the universe, he would not be tempted. It is a safe position he is taking since the chances of his being offered the control of the universe are infinitely small. Because nobody is anyway going to offer that. He knows that. So he's playing a safe game now. What matters is that it calms his bruised, powerless mind and keeps the focus off the real source of his fear. See, understand, guys, why you should understand this so explicitly, because you will understand the play of the mind, the way of fear plays, the way hypocrisy plays. Just by understanding, many patterns will drop inside us. Time and again, people play this safe game with themselves and others. It starts when we cannot face the truth with integrity and authenticity, and therefore cannot tell the truth. We just give up on ourselves and go out of integrity with our words and become inauthentic with our thinking. For the majority of us, our identity lies in the roles we play, the responsibilities we have, the worrying we do, and the acceptance that we receive from others. Without these possessions and relationships to form the foundation of our personalities, without the foundation of mind, we feel lost and have no I. See, without the possessions and relationships to form the foundation of our personalities, without that foundation of mind, we feel lost and have no I. There's no I also, right? Like us, Arjuna found it better to invent a host of other inauthentic reasons to avoid facing the truth. Arjuna found it better to invent a host of other inauthentic reasons to avoid facing the truth. We create illusions in our mind about the situations we face, about how critical they are to our existence. Then we create fantasies in our minds about what is going to happen to us, be it an imagined good or difficulty. It's a good thing, difficulty. We create fantasies in our mind about what is going to happen to us and do everything being in integrity and authenticity with our space of positivity and possibility and facing the present with completion. Instead of facing the present moment with completion, instead of being in integrity and authenticity, we do everything else. As we will see later, facing the present moment with the space of completion, purnatva, living the four spiritual principles of life, integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and energy, and awakening the four greater powers is precisely what Krishna forces Arjuna to do. When Arjuna is able to surrender to Krishna's teachings and brings completion to his root patterns, then his self-doubts and illusions dissolve. Arjuna then realizes the truth, Satya of the sacred tattvas, and reaches his highest possibility, living enlightenment, Jivan Mukti. He understands what he needs to do and becomes a spiritual warrior, a pure instrument of Krishna, and goes about powerfully creating responsibility, enriching himself and the world with divine purpose. And Arjuna understands what he do, and he will become a spiritual warrior, a pure instrument of Krishna, and he goes powerfully radiating responsibility, and he enriches himself in the world with divine purpose. End of the time. Now look what Arjuna is saying, more and more and more what he is talking, how he is justifying. Good men do not kill, he is saying. Now I will tell you the verses in Bhagavad Gita, what Arjuna is telling. What pleasure will we get by destroying the sons of Dhritarashtra, Janardhana? Only sin will overtake us if we slay these wrongdoers. It is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. How could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Referring to Krishna as Janardhana, as Madhuri, it is 38th and 39th verse in the first chapter. O Janardana, although these men are consumed and they see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we who understand the evil of the destruction of a dynasty not turn away from these acts? Here is Arjuna's dilemma spoken plainly. Now, he had only two options and is looking to be convinced of one or the other. The first was that going to battle was wrong, especially against his kinsmen. Therefore, he should cease and resist, walk away from the war before it starts. Understand, guys? All these arguments up to this point were in this line of thinking. At the same time, Arjuna was open to the possibility that what he had set out to do was indeed correct, in which case he would go back into battle mode as a true Kshatriya would do. To begin with, had Arjuna been totally convinced that war against his kinsman was wrong, he would not have come to the battlefield. It was his lack of integrity that raised within him the question of retreat from his duty. Arjuna's credit, he listened to himself, to what his mind had to say, and turned his master for guidance. That's a good thing he did. We should give the credit to Arjuna. He listened to himself, to what his mind had to say, and luckily, he turned to the master for guidance. He allowed Krishna to speak into his listening. Understand, the whole spiritual life starts with authentic listening. Arjuna's mind now brings up one more argument. Arjuna agreed that Duryodhana and his allies were the aggressors and wrongdoers. Whatever they had done to him, his brothers and his wife, was not pardonable, and they needed to be punished by the laws of the land. By all rights, Arjuna was quite justified in killing those wrongdoers. But Arjuna asked, would one wrong be corrected by another wrong? How can I be happy killing my kinsman, however justified I might be in doing that? Their misdeeds cannot be remedied by my misdeed, and that would only make me miserable. At least now he's agreeing, okay, the other people are wrongdoers, so I have a right to punish, but still, how can I be happy killing them? He's asking. Now, understand, Arjuna's violence is erupting. Ego is erupting. There are two incompletions central to Arjuna's dilemma. In Arjuna's dilemma, there are two incompletions. This whole dilemma is centered on two incompletions. The first incompletion is that of relationship. The problem that Arjuna faced is one that we all face when asked to do unpleasant things to people we know. It is always easier to criticize and punish people one does not know, strangers. But dealing with the people we know, criticizing them is a problem. To be faceless is to be fearless. With people one knows, there is a danger of breaking the relationship through perceived negative behavior, even when it may be fully justified. We all do that. See, our close relative is doing something. We know it is wrong. But openly, being negative, we won't like it because there's a danger of breaking the relationship, isn't it? To face this incompletion in one's relationships, one must first develop detachment that allows action without worrying about the consequences. See, unknown people we deal okay. With known people, we take one step back. Why? Because we are worried about the consequences, breaking relationships. We should be able to straightly say what is wrong, isn't it? Whether it is with the known people or unknown people. But no, we don't do that. Understand that is why we must first develop detachment that allows action from our side without we worrying about the consequences. This detachment, how will this detachment come? This detachment only comes from completion with every relationship with oneself and with others in one's life. One follows the path of completion and leaves the result to the process. Understand? We need to follow the path of completion and leave the result to the process which is happening. As long as the path is right, whatever destination the path takes one to will also be right, isn't it? Listen, Vedic civilization is established on completion. We realize our potentiality, we establish ourselves in the space of completion, then we are God. Understand? Only if we start living completion, we will understand the quality of life. I tell you, when there is incompletion, your life is stolen away from you. When there is incompletion, your life is stolen away from you. Let me define completion. Completion is removing the delusion of incompletion, which makes you cognize that the other is separate from you. The delusion we carry that the other is separate from you, that delusion should be removed. That is completion. Understand? Incompletion has no existence. It is only a delusive cognition. Incompletion is the delusive cognition that stands between you and the whole. Understand? Incompletion has no existence. It is only a delusive cognition. Incompletion is the delusive cognition that stands between you and the whole, complete with everything. We need to complete with everything. To overcome this isolation, this incompletion, we need to realize that no man is an island. We are all connected at the spiritual level. Means we are not individual islands. We are not separate. We are all connected at the spiritual level. When we complete with everything animate and inanimate, we will experience the space of non-duality, Advaita. Advaita means where there is no one, no two, but infinite. Everything is infinitely powerful. See, relationships are nothing but our own extensions. Relationships are not outside. They are just our own extensions. The you extended outside you is our relationship. Listen to this. Please listen. The you extended outside you is our relationships. Completing with all our extensions, we will learn to complete the incomplete you if present in other. Understand? The you extended outside you is our relationships. Completing with all our extensions, we will learn to complete the incomplete you if present in other. When we arrive on planet Earth, we are complete, integrated beings. We are open to all possibilities. We are open to all possibilities. Over time, we build walls believing that these walls will keep us safe and that the connections that we have established inside the walls are ours to keep. Over time, we start building this way. We create a delusory cognition that we possess everything within the wall. Slowly, the open space we started with becomes a maze and we are lost inside. Understand properly. We arrived on planet Earth. We are complete, integrated. We are open to all possibilities. But over the course of time, we build walls, believing that these walls will keep us safe and that the connections that we have established inside the walls are ours to keep. We create a delusory cognition that we possess everything within the wall. Slowly, the open space with which we started, it will become a maze and we are lost inside. The islands need to be bridged. We need to complete with everyone. When I say islands, I mean you are operating like one island, I operate like one island. We are operating like separate beings, isn't it? So these islands need to be bridged. We need to complete everyone with everything instead of isolating them and competing. There's no competition. Competition does not ensure survival. Completion does. Understand? With competition, you may have survival success, but you will never expand. Success in crisis moments is only survival success, not life success. Success in life happens only with completion. Now, we spoke about the first incompletion, relationship, which Arjuna had, on which his dilemma is centered. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sadgurupadarpanamastu Om Nityanandam